Society today has an unspoken characteristic. Words must be understood in reverse. Actions must be performed in opposition. For example, when you see something, the more you like it, the more you must act as if you don't in order to obtain it. The happier you feel, the more you must appear calm. The angrier you are, the more you must seem indifferent. The more someone says they don't care, the more they actually care deep inside. The more someone says it's fine, the more problems they're hiding within. Therefore, when listening to others, we must interpret their words inversely. When observing their actions, we must consider the opposite. Learn to listen and understand in reverse, go along with the countercurrent, and you'll be normal. If you take everything at face value, believing what you hear and thinking what you understand, then you're the abnormal one, and the one who suffers the most will be you. I know your life is very busy. Even so, what I'm saying isn't easy to grasp, especially not easy to master. If you only listen once, my advice is to read it through to the end. Listen again and again. When you're free or doing housework, share it, save it to a playlist for your convenience. I'm certain that within a few short months, your thinking will advance dramatically, reaching a new height. Greetings to you all, as the ancients would say. In mathematics, there's a rule called 2 negatives make a positive, meaning when one negative multiplies with another, the result is positive. But when a positive multiplies with a negative, the result is negative. This rule teaches us that when others play tricks and deceive, you must be trickier and more deceptive than them for the outcome to be positive. Thinking, speaking, and acting follow this logic. The reverse becomes the truth. Everyone expresses themselves in opposition, responds in reverse, yet the final result is true. Once you grasp this rule, you'll instantly unravel many things you couldn't understand before. For instance, many people speak of righteousness and morality, claiming it's for others' benefit, but in their hearts, they calculate their own gain. Because the more someone lacks something, the more they want to display it. Be cautious of those who speak beautiful words, for often their inner calculations run deep. Don't easily trust what people say. Look only at their actual actions. This society is highly sophisticated. Everything you can see directly is often fake. For example, celebrities' incomes are fake, listed companies' books are fake, academic research papers are fake, TV viewership ratings are fake, e-commerce order numbers are fake, live stream data is fake, follower counts are fake. Even milk tea shops pay people to create the illusion of a crowd. This reminds me of a line from the Diamond Sutra. All that has form is illusory. In simple terms, all phenomena are illusions. If someone can see through these deceptions, that person has the ability to perceive the truth as it is. Not a person, but a capacity to see reality clearly. In Sun Tzu's Art of War, there's a saying, "Make the empty seem full, the full seem empty." Deception is never condemned in military strategy. This is the most unique trait of this society. It uses a series of external appearances to lead us astray, testing our ability to think deeply. Those who build an exceptional mental framework all possess independent thinking, exposing false phenomena and advancing toward success. Conversely, those who follow the crowd, lost in vagueness, are deceived by illusions, ultimately discarded by society, or even exploited. The order and logic of this society are ingeniously designed. Those who can stand firm and live with understanding in this world are far from ordinary. We often say this society has 2 systems of order. The first is what can be said but not done, the Confucian code of benevolence and morality. The second is what can be done but not said, the stratagems and cunning of Giguzi. So, remember this: some things can only be spoken, not acted upon. Some things can only be acted upon, not spoken. If a person's words and actions align perfectly, they often cannot survive in this society. That's why many say one thing and think another, yet they're widely favored because they fit this society's rules. This is the way of society. What is the way? One yin, one yang, that's the way. In short, one negative and one positive create the path. If someone can split a matter into 2 opposing sides and control both, they've attained the way. The greatest skill in dealing with people is to turn the enemy's weapon against them. To handle a bad person, you must be worse than them. If you only use kindness to reform them, the result is often tragic. Seeing through this society requires immense wisdom. The golden rule for understanding people is this: if you become part of the 1% at the top, you'll control the remaining 99%. Truth always lies in the hands of the few. In other words, most people are foolish. Those who can't grasp the truth are doomed to be exploited their whole lives. In this world, 99% of people spend their days dreaming of reaping without sowing, chasing quick, fleeting thrills, avoiding deep thought, living superficially. The essence of commerce is to profit from these human weaknesses. Of course, there's a crucial condition. You must first overcome these weaknesses in yourself, become one of the rare 1%. Only then can you rise above the rest, effortlessly subduing them without entanglement. Thus, making money is also a form of cultivation, a process of shedding human flaws, maturing and perfecting oneself. Otherwise, you'll be swept away and drown in it. So, what's the greatest morality in commerce? It's satisfying people's desires. In this world, many have unfulfilled hearts, immature, irrational, unwilling to think. They're like overgrown children, always crying out for more. If you can meet their needs, calm them down, that's a kind of morality, even a kind of merit. The two hardest things in life are, first, planting your thoughts in others' minds. Second, putting others' money in your pocket. The first concerns the soul, the second concerns profit. Hence the saying, touching profit is harder than touching the soul. The fascinating thing is, these two often happen together. When you can embed your thoughts in someone's mind, touching their soul, they'll willingly hand their money to you, touching their profit. Thus, the ultimate skill in this world is installing a belief system into the minds of 99% of people. For ordinary people, if they remain hooked by merchant's bait, short videos, entertainment, games, they'll only grow poorer and more exploited. Only a few awaken, realizing they can't stay submerged forever, starting to learn and think critically, gradually escaping their plight. This is the state of 99% of humanity. You have many friends on Facebook, but no one talks sincerely. Your phone book holds many numbers, but no one calls. When the phone rings, it's either a stranger offering loans, real estate, deliveries, or food, or it's a scam. Work is dull. You don't want to advance, yet can't retreat. Starting a business lacks courage and capital. You try something, but don't know what. You lie idle in poverty, yet feel restless. At night, you dream up 1,000 paths. By morning, you walk none. Entertainment is exhausted. TV dramas bore you. Games grow stale. You lean on short videos and live streams for energy, clinging to online shopping and sales for fleeting emotions. You know you're empty, but don't know what to do. A vague unease, anxiety, depression. No ability to change, no courage to leave. Day after day, year after year, trapped in despair. Yet, the most inexplicable trait of human nature is this: people think 5 years to achieve something great, to become great, feels long. But spending 40 years drifting aimlessly, busy with nothing, among dull company, doesn't feel long at all. All suffering in life, beyond physical pain from illness, stems from perceptions and attachments. The refusal to awaken from delusion is the root of all misery. Humans aren't bound by events, but by how they view them, imprisoned by their own thoughts and perceptions. The greatest prison in the world is the human mind. Each person lives in their own mental cage, their own perceptual cell. Likewise, external suffering reminds us it's time to break these chains of thought. But truly, few can awaken. They say awakening comes 1% from others' nudges, 99% from life's wounds. Many would rather borrow millions for cosmetic surgery than elevate their thinking and awareness. Take another example. Place a banana and money before a monkey, and it'll pick the banana, not knowing money can buy many bananas. We laugh at the monkey's foolishness, but we often err the same way. Place money and awareness before humans, and most choose money, unaware that awareness can yield not just more money, but happiness and health. Humans are like monkeys, drawn to short-term gains, unwilling to ponder deeper truths. This is a basic animal trait, and 99% of people retain it, lost in it, never joining the 1% who rise above. How do you become part of that 1%? Knowing others is cleverness. Knowing yourself is wisdom. Defeating others brings gain. Defeating yourself brings strength. Understanding and overcoming yourself is the hallmark of the 1%. First, this is a hard truth to grasp. The hardest thing to see in life is oneself. Even in a mirror, the reflection may not be your true self, due to the principle of asymmetry. So, how do you see yourself? Only when you collide with something, react to it, can you feel and glimpse your true self. Thus, the best way to see yourself is to use others as mirrors reflecting your inner world. All desires, ambitions, ignorance, or negative emotions you see are reflections of what's within you. If you reject or dislike something, it means your inner self lacks something. For example, when others' flaunting of affection annoys you, perhaps you lack love inside. When their boasting irks you, maybe you lack confidence. When you empathize with others' pain, it's because tears lie within you too. When something appears before you, immediately reflect. Why do I feel this? Where am I lacking inside? What bothers you most in others is often what you can't stand in yourself, yet refuse to admit. Thus, people and events that stir hatred, envy, or resentment repeat until you accept them. This is how the world forces you to accept yourself. External irritations arise to perfect you. The key is, can you recognize this in time? The more you resist these conflicts, the longer and worse the discomfort grows. When you turn inward, see your own flaws, reconcile with yourself, external conflicts dissolve. True reconciliation is self-reconciliation. When you use the outer world to reflect, see, and refine yourself, accepting who you are, you accept the world too. That's inner fulfillment. At this stage, you become one of the 1%. When your inner strength surpasses all, bold and resolute in action, diligent and disciplined, uncompromising, yet outwardly gentle, more feminine than any woman. Radiant, soft, keenly observant, subtly thoughtful, overcoming hardness with softness. No one in this world can rival you. Mark this, humanity's future splits into two types. First, the 99% who live by instinct, the ordinary masses. They scroll short videos daily, watch live streams, play games, buy fake goods, acting as society's passive spectators. They merely consume resources, their sole contribution fitting algorithmic gears, becoming data points. Second, the 1% who defy instinct, those with independent thought, high discipline, ceaseless progress. Algorithms can't control them. They see through algorithms, grasp society's laws, truth, and reality, becoming its leaders. The contrary moves the way. The weak employs it. Those who defy human instinct are exceptional, joining that 1%. So once you're there, how do you control others? Remember the golden rule. A few kind words sway 50%. A little benefit secures 70%. Words and benefits together win 90%. Exploit every human weakness. Speak timely, offer aptly, and you'll command 99%. Memorize this. It's your treasure for mastering others. If all this fails to persuade someone, they're among the 1% too. When two of the 1% meet, it's the world's finest encounter. What is fate? This shatters your perception entirely. First, a striking coincidence science reveals. In reality, only 4% of matter is visible. 96% is dark matter. This unseen dark matter drives the world's workings. Psychologists find just 5% of our thoughts are conscious. 95% are subconscious. This imperceptible subconscious governs our behavior, the iceberg theory. Carl Jung said, "If you can't feel your subconscious, it will rule you forever. Unaware of it, it becomes your fate. Your subconscious controls your life and you call it destiny. This is the truth. Fate is that 96% dark matter, that 95% subconscious. The subconscious lies deep, existing before our innate consciousness. Innate consciousness comes from later education and environment. The subconscious predates our formation. Humans split into three: the ID, the ego, the superego. The ID is animalistic, the ego societal, the superego a higher realm. The subconscious is the superego. Deep within each lies a hidden self, the superego, transcending worldly trivialities. It exists for love, wisdom, virtue. Find the self, and you unlock a true energy source, endlessly fueling you, granting power to turn impossibilities into realities. This true self holds our experiences, beliefs, perceptions, shaping our views, actions, choices, and more. Truly, life's greatest treasures: talent, purpose, aptitude, understanding, rest with this true self. But its awareness level is so high we rarely notice it. Think of those around you. Why do some brilliant in school fade to mediocrity, while others, unremarkable as kids, achieve the unexpected? The answer is clear. They found their true self. We know success needs 3 factors: right timing, right place, right people. But there's a greater factor: inner harmony. A sage said it fully: timing yields to place, place to people, people to inner harmony to the divine. Inner harmony is alignment with yourself. The divine is your true self, silently aiding you within. It's your primal spirit, ever by your side. Find and harness it, and all flows smoothly, as if blessed by the divine. The true self has 2 parts: talent and purpose. Talent is what you're born excelling at, no reason needed, you're naturally better. Purpose is what you're born yearning to do in life or dreams, with or without reward, you still want it. Talent and purpose are the main channels to your true self, linking you to a higher realm. Innate, from past lives, only they connect you to your true self and that higher space. Unlock these channels and you tap higher energy, achieving success effortlessly, living true to yourself. Life's ultimate destination fuses talent and purpose into your true self. 3 feet above your head are spirits. That spirit is your true self, quietly watching your every move. Socrates said, "Know thyself." The Tao Te Ching states, "Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is wisdom." All remind us, we must find our primal spirit. At birth, human nature is good. If you believe this, humans start pure and kind. But over time, the world taints us, behavior sullied by vulgarity, purity buried by greed. Then we grow deluded, chasing external approval, racing endlessly. Gradually, the true self is dust-covered, actions veering further astray. Wang Yongming called it human conscience. Dig deep to reclaim your original self. Zen says, see mind, see nature, see truth, become Buddha. Everyone has Buddha nature, just obscured. We must constantly observe within, reflect, to perceive it. This is understanding your higher self. Philosophers say seek the self. We say hold your true heart. It's the same principle. Why can't 99% find their true self? At birth, heaven and earth plant a spell of delusion in us, or inject a seal, locking our soul tight. We say this world is a maze, a preset program. Its core aim to lose us. It uses illusions, temptations, desires to blind us. Life seems full of choices and possibilities, but it's a trick. These glittering lures stop us from finding ourselves. So, most get swept into worldly shallowness, living by others' eyes, society's standards, personal cravings, drifting ever further from their true self. Such people, no matter how hard they try or succeed, can't find happiness. Deep in their soul, a true self calls, "This isn't what I want." Tragically, most never hear this from school, teachers, or parents. Life's vital lesson: know yourself. My character, my talent, my aspiration is lost. We're molded into standard parts, our passions, gifts, individuality worn away, until we're absorbed by society's machine, homogenized, self-lost. Society seems designed to crush our true self. An unseen force drives us forward, shaping us to its norms, ignoring our uniqueness until we lose ourselves. Even when some awaken, striving to break free, only 1% succeed. The rest, 99%, are fully crushed. Even with top grades and a high-paying, high-pressure job, if it's not your true desire, you'll quit from boredom. If you study science but love creation, you'll eventually create in spare time, maybe abandoning your job for excelling at it. All life's vagueness, anxiety, depression stem from drifting from our true self. Consider our lives. Isn't there a vast net trapping us? inescapable, lifelong? We call it fate. It's because we don't sense our true self, feeling controlled, yet not knowing by what. Jung said crucially, when the subconscious clarifies, fate changes. When you find and reconcile with your true self, it no longer rules you, you harmonize with it. Then, fate ceases to exist. Awareness far outstrips change. With awareness, the subconscious shifts naturally. The scariest thing is lacking awareness, clinging blindly to narrow views. Ultimately, what blocks you isn't ability, time, method, or steps, but what you dare not face within. Insecurity, prejudice, negativity, narrowness, ignorance, selfishness. These are the true barriers to your true self. Find it and you'll be exceptional, successful, happy. Life's first half tags you, shaping you to society's mold, fulfilling its tasks. The second half tears off those tags. After society's duties, you seek yourself, your passion, your longing, fully pursuing your true self. Life is a river, twisting, rough, but bound for the sea. May you and I find our path through the fog, grasp life's truths, join that 1%, masters of our fate, lords of our wisdom.